it's always difficult in the entertainment business when you don't have a lot of connections. And I've come into a lot of different worlds: television, music for television, radio, live comedy, theatre. You know, I've come into all these areas with no connections, no one to vouch for me. And, you know, you'll find that in any business, I think, if you're just this guy who's just suddenly there and confident and they're like, where's this guy come from? You'll always get a little bit of, if not resentment, then it would be a little bit of standoffishness from people who are more experienced than you. But I think the main thing for me is more, there's an expectation because of where I'm from and what I look like, that maybe, oh, okay, like, you know, I might go for a casting for something or an audition, and then they'd be like, well, this isn't like an urban thriller. We don't, you know, we want someone with a slightly different look to you, you know, and okay, yeah, I know where you're coming from. But I love going for auditions where the part is written it's clearly written to be like a middle-class white dude. I love going for those parts, because to me, that's what acting's all about. There's no reason in my mind that can't be played by a black actor. I think the main thing for me in entertainment business is I want to get over that barrier where when you see a person of color on the screen or on the stage, you have an immediate expectation, oh, this is an urban thing, or this is going to be a thing about ghetto life, or this is going to be, do you know what I mean? And that's why I'm so proud of the Law and Order role that I'm playing at the moment, because I know I don't even have to like look down the list of people who were up for my role, but I guarantee you that it was just a bunch of white guys, you know, and then when they got me, they had to start changing certain things in the script, you know, but I'm proud, you know, I'm proud, no question, I'm proud. But yeah, you always come up against barriers, even if you're not a minority. I think ultimately this game, it respects the guys that have made money for the guys above them, you know? So for example, in Hollywood, the bankable stars, you know, you get a star that's gonna sell a movie. In comedy, like the guys who fill the arenas, you know? And in TV, it's the guys who, you know, you turn on the TV for. And those guys will always be the ones who are kind of the most respected, who will always be working. And to break into that upper echelon, you're gonna have to be ballsy, you're gonna have to be confident, and you're gonna have barriers regardless of who you are. But I think my thing is always to be good in a room, be respectful of the people with more experience, but also say, dude, it's my time now, you know? Like, you might just have to step aside for a bit, because I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do it well. If not as well as you, then better. And this is a confidence game. There's none for being timid in show business, you know? Like, if you've got something, you gotta bring that right to the front. American people are great at that, but I think for British people, we're a bit more naturally like, oh, can you do this? Yeah, I can do this. Well, I'm not really in the mood to do it right now. There's no time for that. There's no time for that at all. I think I could speak quite confidently as a curator on screenwriting or on acting, but I'm so glad I'm doing comedy, because for me, comedy is the most realistic, most straightforward route into the industry of show business in general. And I'll tell you why, because this is the only art form where it's so black and white. You're either funny or you're not, right? People trying to write scripts, trying to write songs. You get so many different opinions on those things. Oh yeah, no, I like this song. Oh, I hate this song. You know, I love this band. Oh, this band's unlistenable. If a dude can make 300 strangers from completely different backgrounds laugh, then that guy is funny, and that's all there is to it. And in order to get to that position, it doesn't take long, because there's so many talent competitions out there, there's so many open mics. If you're willing to work for free initially, just go to the gigs, do open spots. Every gig has an open spot, right? Where you can just contact the venue and say, look, can I come and do 5 minutes? I don't want any money, I just want to do 5. You can start, like, when I was doing open spots, obviously at first it was hard, but then the more experience I got, the more I watched other comics, I thought, no, I'm as good as him. Even if he's got 20 minutes, I've got 5 minutes, I'm as good as him. And start killing the 5 minutes, getting nothing but laughter for 5 minutes while the other guy's struggling for 20. And then they start giving you a 20 for less money, you know, but they'll give you, they give you a 10, you know, they'll give you a 10 for a little bit of money. try you out on that, or then they might give you a 20 for a little bit more money, but still not as much as the experienced guys. But if you keep doing well, if you keep making strangers laugh, it's like undeniable, dude. Like you could take the equivalent, you could try and be an actor and go to 1 million auditions and get nothing, or you could try and be a screenwriter and write 1 million scripts and send them off to every network in the world and hear nothing back, not even an email saying thank you for your script. You know, you could be a painter and paint incredible paintings, and where'd you take them? Who knows? But with comedy, you just go to the club, you do your 5 for no money. If everybody laughs, you're getting rebooked. And that, as simple as it sounds, that is your very first step, as simple as it sounds, that theory continues all the way up to arenas. If you're consistently funny, someone will book you. It's just the way it goes. Because you know why? Because if I'm running a club, if that's my business, that's my livelihood. And if I know Doc Brown is funny, then I'm gonna book him. If I've seen him 10 times and 5 times he's not good and 5 times he is good, I'd rather not book him because there's a chance, there's a 50-50 chance he might not be good tonight. If you're consistently good, then everybody starts to know. It doesn't take long for everybody to know. What takes long is perfecting your act and your character, who you are, and perfecting your voice. It takes a long time to say what you really want to say on stage. Because initially you're just going to be writing things that you hope people find funny. You know, you're just going to think, oh, I think people will find that funny, but it's not really something that's genuinely about you. It's more general. It's more like, everyone will find this funny because everybody's been through this, which is fine. But when you go on to the next level is when you start writing stuff that's specific to you and your experience, and it still makes a room of 300 people laugh. Those are the early stages.